813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. Patrick has insurance solutions and years of experience helping people plan for their financial future and guiding them through the storms of their lives. When it comes to matters of health, finances, and the challenges that go along with getting older, Patrick's experience can help you find the right answers. You can't ensure that bad days ahead won't happen, but you can insure yourself against the worst possible scenarios. So buy yourself some peace of mind while your skies are still peaceful and call Patrick Highland today. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. And if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service.
Passionate about sports? Want to talk college, prep, or pros? It's time to enter the Sports Zone with Patrick Highland. Call in. Tell Patrick how you see it. In Hillsboro, 813-289-1860. Anywhere else, toll free 877-969-8600. And now your host, Patrick Highland.
Good morning, folks. Welcome into the Zone, the Sports Zone. And we greatly appreciate our audience and our followers on Facebook. And we're going to get to your questions on Facebook. And also we'll take your calls at 813-282-8283. Also, before we start the show, I always have to do a shout out to our military, because without them, we wouldn't have freedom and we wouldn't be able to do this show. So God bless the men and women of our military, our past, our present, and our future cadets. God bless them. We greatly appreciate them and need them immensely. And let's show them the respect they deserve. Also, our policemen and women out there. You know, I met a cool officer yesterday, Scott, at Publix. We were just talking. He was a deputy sheriff, been on the job for a couple of years, 26-year-old guy. And, you know, he's just trying to do a job and keep the streets safe. And he loves being a community service guy. And we need more guys like him and gals. And we just need to treat people the way we want to be treated. You know, they're just trying to do a job. I've been stopped before, Scott, on a profile situation because of the car I was driving. It took 30 minutes out of my day. Woo! To find an armed robber, you can stop me 30 minutes a day. Okay? Every day, that might become a little nuisance. I'll be honest about that. But if it was every year, even every, twice a year, guess what? I'm okay with it. As long as you're respectful to me. Sir, can I have your driver's license registration? Then they go, no, this ain't the cat. Let him go. Okay. What's wrong with that? So anyway, just a shout out to our police officers out there just trying to do a job. And also our first responders. That's a tough gig. Let me tell you, all the carnage from auto accidents and cancers and leukemias. It's not easy to witness that and be caregiver. These are tough things in our life that we have to deal with. And just a prayer and shout out to those folks. And our teachers are back at it now. They're just trying to teach and get these kids educated. And we need the parents to do the same and put the same emphasis, on learning as we do other things in this great country of ours and the extracurricular activities. I believe, Scott, you would agree it's more important to get an A in arithmetic than an A on the football field. Is that fair to say?
I would think so.
Amen, brother.
I would hope the parents feel that way, but I got to tell you, Patrick, we're losing sports. We're losing youth sports. I can tell you that much.
What's it going to, Scott? Where are we losing it to?
It's become ultra. I need to win a national trophy. And that cracks me up even more. What is a national trophy in youth sports? Okay, maybe in Little League, that might be a true one, but especially in football, there's 48 national tournaments. And, there's preseason, postseason, and it's just gotten to the point where youth sports isn't about youth anymore.
No, it's not.
It's slowly fading to where it is about the vision the adults have, and they are trying to live through an 8-year-old football game.
Yeah. A little vicariously silly.
An 8-year-old football game.
I don't understand it, Scott. It needs to stop. I will tell you this. We joked around back in the day with TBYFL and down in Miami behind the concession stand making bets on the game.
It is not even a joke anymore.
No, it's not.
It has gotten ridiculous.
It's sad.
It really is. I did it for 30 years.
Yeah, you did.
I was going through my phone the other day, and I remember the day November 23rd was the last photo, the last time I was seen involved with youth sports as far as running the league. And I just don't get it. I don't get why it is turned the way it is turned. I am still waiting for a youth football coach to get an NFL job.
Yeah, I don't see that happening any. At best, they get a high school job, and then from high school, maybe they Division III.
And I don't want to talk about just football because it's baseball.
Good point, Scott.
It's soccer,
basketball.
It's basketball. It is become not for all of the kids. It's only for the real good kids.
Yeah. That I don't understand why we have to make it like it's college when these kids are 10 to 13 years of age.
Because that's what the adults need to verify that they are a man. Or even a woman. Cheerleading's vicious too.
That's true.
Let's not kid ourselves. But
it depends what kind of cheerleading.
Yeah.
Up in Minnesota, I don't think it's as
well.
I didn't know where you were going.
Now
I'm
you're
sorry.
sounding like Charles Barkley with the women in San Antonio.
I'm sorry.
Eating their churros.
Okay. I'm just saying.
You
I
don't need you called to the front office, and then you're going to be like Barkley. I'm not apologizing for them. The women in San Antonio are big.
Oh, my.
That's not my opinion. That's Mr. Barkley.
I understand
so no
that.
call-ins, no letters to the radio station.
And everybody needs loving. So there you go. I just don't know if I want to see it on the football field at halftime. But anyway, just a thought. Guess what else?
You like those cheerleaders.
Oh, yeah. It's wonderful.
Do.
Oh, it's great.
Stop it.
Everybody goes to the games to watch that. Oh, and don't forget now, we got to start changing some more logos. Okay? Don't you dare have Uncle Herschel on that Cracker Barrel sign anymore, and no rocking chair, okay? Because that's offensive, okay? And we need to brand differently, Scott. We need to make some things happen. Yeah. When are we going to wake up in this country?
I'm not going to say anything, but I'm sure their stockholders are thrilled. The day it happened, they lost $100 million in stock value.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
go woke, go broke.
It shows everyone supports it.
Yeah, come on, man. Here's the thing, Scott. It's so funny. It has to be all for one or one for all. That's what America was about. If you're allowed to do something that I don't like, guess what? I'm allowed to do something you don't like, or eliminate both. Just let me know which one we're going with so I can play the game. Because if you don't tell me the rules, Scott, I don't know how to play the game, man. Is that asking too much since we're a sports show?
No. And speaking of rules and how to play the game.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the rules and what happened with Mr. Sanders last night.
He stood up for himself. Game. I like it. Shiloh, good job.
I've talked to a lot of people, and it really is split out there. Yeah, he's busting his butt. He's trying to make the team, practice squad, whatever. I got to be honest. Our DBs aren't that impressive. I don't see a big separation between most of them. No. Yeah, you have your Winfield, you have your couple, but there are those that say you're trying to make the team, the practice squad. You have to understand what's happening going into the game. But I'm not so sure if I want someone on my team that's going to let someone jack them around like they were doing and push them down the field and bait them.
Exactly, Scott.
And then him just walk away. I'm not sure. I don't want him firing back.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. Here's the thing. I hope Todd or the DB coach or somebody might have had the linesman's ear. Okay, you've coached, I've coached to say, hey, look, man, they're cheap shotting, my cornerback. If it happens again, I'd appreciate a call. Or if he lights them up, I hope you go, you know what? Both are at fault. Have a good game.
Now, didn't they both get ejected?
Yeah, because he fought back. But if he would have baited him and didn't fight back, what should have happened in my world,
Sanders threw the punch.
Yeah,
which,
okay. So
I don't know.
Should we find the instigator or the guy who retaliates? I'm going to go with the instigator, Scott. That's what I remember the way this world used to be.
Why can't it be like hockey?
Bingo. Let him duke it out.
Now, in baseball, I sort of understand
No.
it. I mean, let them
duke it out.
A few weeks ago when the pitcher threw it high inside, the guy turned around with the bat and hit the catcher.
No. I'm saying if that batter would have said, "You just threw at my head, we're going to throw hands." Okay.
I'm okay with throwing
and I
hands,
do not want.
Don't crack the catcher with the bat.
No. Now that's illegal. Assault weapon. Come on, man.
Now, I really don't understand in baseball, though. The funniest thing to me in baseball is if and when a fight breaks out.
Yeah.
All the pitchers running in
Please,
from
just
the
stop
bullpen.
It. Just stop
and what's
it.
so funny is, you ever notice none of them are sprinting?
They're
not really rushing to get there.
It's all a facade, okay? If I throw at you, Scott, and you go, "Okay, Patrick, you want to get cute? I'm ready to throw hands." Boom. Okay.
I'm okay with forming
and you
the
come
big
out,
circle.
You
and
come out
go at
and
it.
you throw. Yeah, we'll let you throw hands for a minute, and then that's enough.
Arnold's here.
Yeah, Arnold. I like it. Our man, Josh Levinson, the man, the myth, the fantasy guru. Okay, I need help this year in fantasy, bro. Don't let me down, Josh. Okay, I'm counting on you to come through. I think he will. You got to look this up.
Wait,
Scott,
did you play to this morning?
Did you hit the rock?
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, we're going to drill you for
We're
being
already
late, kid.
in. Let's go.
If you had a date last night, you're off the hook. If it's golf, you get partial off the hook.
We got rained out this morning.
Okay, then there's no excuse. Get your tail in here.
Well, he might have a date, so
then he's off the hook
right.
too.
He's
so either way,
Did Vito call in yet?
No.
He a round of golf. Speaking of,
yes.
his
He
boy
will
quit. Didn't even finish the first set.
because he was hurting. Oh wow, come
How
on.
convenient.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Well,
what Vito talked up the whole thing about, it's such an important tournament and it's not a major and and then I just walked over down 0-5 in the first.
He was having a rough day,
So-
man.
so-
Not representing his fellow countrymen very well. I'll
Oh,
tell you
my.
that much.
So, Joshua, we were talking about the game last night with Mr. Sanders, and we are getting split and mixed reviews. You and I talked a little bit texting about it last night. There is the thought of he's got to be smarter, knowing he's trying to make a team, a practice squad. And then there's the thought of the way the tight end was pushing them and bullying them down the field and instigating it and baiting them, as we both said. Do you want someone on your team that's not going to stand up and fire back? We used what was it? God, I forgot his name again. The center for Denver, NBA MVP.
Oh, the star player for the Nuggets, Josh, and
Nikola
he likes
Jokic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when he went up for the jump shot and the guy pushed him in the air, the first thing he did was come down and go and crack the guy. I'm torn a little bit. Do you want him standing up for himself or not?
It all depends on the type of team that you want to have, really. And so that's why I think it's good that he's not going to face an NFL punishment or anything like that. It's up to Todd Bowles and our coaches and our front office, whoever it is that makes that decision.
Right.
So it's not just, he shoved someone, got ejected. There he goes. He blew his chance. It could be a positive for them. That is where every team is different and they all get to evaluate themselves, their players, however it is they want.
It
is fake news at this point. He has not been cut.
No.
There was a post that said he was gone. I don't know if it's true now or not.
No, it's too early to tell that. We'll know tomorrow night, and maybe we won't. I know we'll know Tuesday.
Will it? Is that when the final cuts are, Tuesday? So then we'll know by Tuesday.
I think he will.
He'll be put on the practice squad.
Look, we've seen some horrible DBs this preseason.
He's not bad.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to have anything to do with the ejection. I think our secondary might be absolute trash, and we need him.
That's part of it. That's going to go in his favor.
I think right now we have two good DBs that would start on any team, and that's about it.
It's a unit. There's 11 guys out there. But no, as I've been, really looking at our division more, because I think the Saints are going to be better than I initially thought. Don't think they're going to be that as bad. I think Bryce Young and Michael Penix are both going to impress a lot of people. The Falcons could win the division. Their offense
Yep.
has a lot of talent. They've been quietly putting a team
And
together.
their defense isn't horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible.
Right. And I mean, if Todd Bowles is as bad as so many people think he is, then are him and Raheem Morris that much different?
Right.
I mean, I really think a lot of this season could come down to obviously Tristan Wirf's health.
Josh,
and the offensive coordinator. How good was Liam Cohen?
Yes. Well, we talked about this the other day, and your pop might have a point here because I'm hearing the rumbling. If they don't get to the NFC Championship game, they're going to say, hey, why do we need Todd Bowles? You and I disagree that that's going to happen. But, the more I hear, I don't know anymore.
The more you hear from who?
Oh, a lot of
We're
sports
right
pundits,
back,
not
guys.
your
Okay,
left-wing sports
We're
fan.
right back in the Tony Dungy
How did it become?
situation.
Yes.
What, left wing sports fan? What does that have to do with what?
Out in the fringes.
Okay. So again, what did the Bucks actually do? A big thing that we like to do here is separate noise from signal. Noise is nonsense. Signal means something.
Okay.
The Bucks, I think, maybe I made this up. Didn't they just give him an extension?
They did.
Okay.
As they did Dungy.
As they did Dungy what?
Before they let him go
Before
and got
they let
Gruden.
him go.
Because he couldn't take him to the show.
Okay.
I just think,
Josh, we could be wrong, man. You got to come to Facebook. We could be wrong.
why did they get rid
I'm
of Dungy?
saying that I trust the Bucks' actions more than the
I do too.
internet pundits.
But why did they get rid of Dungy? He took them to farther than Bowles did. He had him humming, and they got rid of him
Well,
because they
that's a
did
good
feel
point.
he could get him over the top.
Scott, I'm glad he brought that up. Josh, suppose there was a guy out there. Suppose they could get Sean Payton. I know that's not going to happen. Just humor me for a second. Would that change your opinion on what could happen come January? Because we always talk about, you and I, who are you going to replace him, man? And that would be big to me.
Right. I don't agree with these comparisons that we're drawing.
Oh,
the Dungy,
okay.
The Dungy removal wasn't immediately after the extension. There was more than 1 year in between. Dungy had reached a plateau, whereas this team seems to be getting better. Now, maybe next year I'll have that conversation. But also, like you just said, we traded for John Gruden.
Right.
That was huge. We gave up a lot of assets.
That's what I'm saying.
So again,
I don't see anybody out there. I don't see another John Gruden.
This isn't a direct comparison by any means.
That's why I think we're right, but I'm not going to say.
But I agree with Patrick. If there's a offensive genius mind out there, and we think we need that to get us over the top, I think if we don't win the division and especially if we don't make the playoffs.
Oh, that could be really bad. I would agree, Josh. There's a difference between going to the NFC Championship game, obviously, and not making the playoffs. If they don't make the playoffs, and I don't care if it's division or wild card, as long as they make it, they make it. If they don't make it, there might be a problem if they can find somebody of talent.
He will be on the hot seat next season.
That's
he
how
has
you see
bought
it?
himself
A year? Okay.
No, 2 years. This year and next year, he will be our head coach.
Okay.
Absolutely. But again, I don't think it's going to be about us. The Falcons are going to be better. The Panthers are going to be better. The Saints they got some decent safeties.
The first game of the year, normally, Josh, I wouldn't say is so big, but this year it might have more merit than normal.
It's a big division game against it. But this is where I think perception is just a little bit skewed because we live in such a fantasy betting dominant landscape. So that features your skill position players.
Yes.
Quarterbacks, running back, wide receivers.
Yeah.
Where the Bucks, we have a lot of really good fantasy players this season.
Yes,
There's
we
a
do.
lot of people talking more about us. The Saints are better at the interior positions that nobody cares about. Your defensive positions, the offensive linemen, defense linemen. And that's where, these division games are not going to be a cakewalk. We need to go 4-2. I'd say at least in those. So, that first game is going to be huge. And by all accounts, Wirfs will not be ready.
No.
So, we're looking at no Wirfs, no Godwin for the first
Well, I'm
month of the
hoping
season.
over these next 2 weeks, Heck can do a better job, learn the system. Just give Baker a little time. Give him Otten there to help him out. Move some guys in motion and go from there. Speaking about in motion, we're up against the clock, so we're in motion to take a time out here on the Sports Zone. You're listening to AM 860, The Answer. We will take your calls at 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. Do you think the Bucs are going to win the division or go to the playoffs, or they're going to have a bad year and go 7-9, 7-10, something of that nature. 8-9, I don't think wins the division or gets you in the playoffs this year. When we come back, we'll take your calls at 813-282-8283.
Happy Sunday from the Sports Zone with Patrick Highland. And we do hope that it's a happy day and that everything is going as well for you and your family as it possibly can. That today is a good day and that you have many, many more good days in front of you. But no matter how well any of us are doing on this good day, the unfortunate reality of life remains that all of us are likely to face bad days in the future, no matter how distant that future may seem right now. When it comes to matters of health, particularly as we and our loved ones get older, it's predictable that all of us are likely to face hard challenges the longer we live, and that is multiplied by the amount of people we are directly responsible for. You may not want to ask yourself this question, but what if something unexpected happened to you today or tomorrow? How would your family be impacted, particularly those who are relying on you? Is there a plan in place for the bad days that all of us will inevitably face? Just like the best time to prepare for the storm is before storm season arises, so too is it best to prepare for the toughest seasons of your life during these times, which are relatively good and free from the storms. If you don't feel confident that you're prepared for those bad days ahead, either for yourself or your family, give Patrick Highland a call right now. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. Patrick has insurance solutions and years of experience helping people plan for their financial future and guiding them through the storms of their lives. When it comes to matters of health, finances, and the challenges that go along with getting older, Patrick's experience can help you find the right answers. You can't ensure the bad days ahead won't happen, but you can insure yourself against the worst possible scenarios. So buy yourself some peace of mind while your skies are still peaceful and call Patrick Highland today. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. And if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service.
Welcome back to the Sports Zone. Let's get back to the discussion. In Hillsboro, 813-289-1860. Anywhere else, toll free 877-969-8600. And now your host, Patrick Highland.
On air after.
Hey, folks, welcome into the zone, the Sports Zone. And we're having a great time here. Show brought to you by Otto Manelli Foods. Scott, what's going on with the restaurant there? Pardon me, near the restaurant, the food.
The wholesale distributor.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Busy. Some are busier than I've seen in a while. We are also opening up our Opportunity Knocks discount food store out there on Highway 92, right across from Armwood High School, next to Martha's Restaurant. And we should be open for Labor Day or Memorial Day, Labor Day,
brother.
Day weekend.
Next Monday, a week from tomorrow, we'll have a good old Labor Day. We'll have a great show. A lot of college football next Sunday we'll talk about, and we'll talk about a little college football right now. Hey, AJ, do me a big favor. Pull up that new Sports Pacific Notre Dame logo and tell me if it looks familiar to anybody we know and love, because I think it does.
I watched Leprechaun last night, if that
Did
matters.
you?
Yeah.
No, it's a different Leprechaun. But when you see this Leprechaun, I want to ask you if it reminds you of anybody. Okay? And we'll let the audience know also. And what about the wonderful Iowa State-Kansas State game? That was an awesome game. I enjoyed that yesterday. Yeah.
Does that remind us of anyone?
Yeah. It looks like a kid I know and love named Joshua Levinson. Just a little bit there in the face, don't you think? Just a little bit. I like
he
it.
He looks more angry than Joshua does.
Well, yeah, but if Josh was carrying the football, he'd have a little angrier face. So I'm telling you, that looks like they took. Did you post for that, Josh? It's okay if you did. You can tell us. I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm collecting royalties.
That's my boy.
Day.
See, you taught him right. Good job, Scott.
No, you're not the first person to tell me that either. Notre Dame was
see that
because he wasn't in. He didn't root for any college football team. My mom didn't root for any college football team, so I didn't have any allegiance growing up.
That's not.
In
okay.
Notre
well,
Dame.
I did. You just it was
the green
quiet.
Wave.
No.
You didn't go for your 2-lane
no,
green
I was
wave.
quiet. He's right about that. But I've always been a secret because I only say yay. But I've still got hanging in my closet a few USC hats.
Okay. John McKay era.
I was,
With
but
Charles
I never.
White.
But he's right. College was never a big rah thing.
No, you're a
around the
Buck
house.
fan. You're a Buck fan. Does it matter to you, Josh, if Shiloh played opinion about what should happen to him, just personally? What do you think personally should happen, Josh? I'm a big proponent of this. I would like to see instant replay used for if somebody instigates it and then they get their block knocked off, they get kicked out of the game, and the guy who knocked his block off gets to keep playing. I think that would eliminate a lot of this nonsense. Do you agree or disagree?
Say that last part again.
Okay. If I'm getting cute with you, I'm poking you in the ribs after the play, I'm late hitting you after the whistle, okay? And then you finally have had enough, and you give me a right hook. In my world, I get kicked out. You get to keep playing.
You can't punch. You can't throw a punch. It's like we talk about in baseball.
Why not? They do it in baseball. They do it in hockey.
It's like I said in baseball. It's got to be equal. It's got to be tit for tat. Like if the pitcher is allowed to throw a baseball fast at you, then you should be able
to go out there and throw hands.
Something comparable.
I like
you
that.
Should be. It's just it's
but
not,
just the pitcher and the hitter. That's it.
The batter,
like in hockey
or
basketball.
Completely defenseless. You should be able to. But Shiloh in that situation. Like, so do I respect it? If it's a preseason game, so I want to see that in a preseason game. If that's regular season game and there's something
and it costs us the game, that could be a problem.
Exactly. So that's
but should it? I don't think so.
So you're saying he shouldn't have been penalized at all?
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
because that guy was asking for it.
Then you punish him. But I mean, like it can't just be.
Well, then if the ref's not going to punish him, then I guess I got to take the law into my own hands, don't I?
No,
and that's the unfortunate part.
I think they both deserved to be like the guy was clear. The Bills player was clearly baiting him.
Yes,
but that still doesn't warrant a punch.
Well, that's your opinion.
Patrick believes in vigilante sports.
Amen, brother.
To an extent, but it's just in general. You've got so that's what I'm saying. You've got to know how to defend yourself better than that, and not. It was clear what the guy was trying to do, and you fell for it.
Yeah. Sorry.
You have to be better.
Okay.
I'm not saying he deserves to be cut, and there's plenty of coaches all around the NFL that will support that, and they want him. They want that sort of tenacity on their team.
Yeah.
110%. But like I said,
and you know what? It's time and place. It's funny you would say that. If it's in the first quarter.
Exactly. That's the whole thing.
Fourth quarter.
So this is where.
But it still shouldn't happen, Josh.
But this
Go ahead.
falls on the coach. If you're going to have a player like that and you're going to allow that on your team, then you need to trust and teach them to have the discipline to know how to be composed, know when to do it, how to do it, get the little dirty hits in here and there, not when you're just throwing a punch in midfield in front of everyone.
Well, like Patrick, let me ask you a question.
Go for it.
How do you feel about, let's look at the few years back, Jameis Winston playing the Saints.
Right. I know where you're going.
And
Lattimore and
Evans comes out of nowhere and just jacks him.
Lattimore was acting like a clown the whole game.
Wait. I'm okay if Winston wants to jack him, but do you think I'm all for protecting your quarterback. Don't get me wrong.
No, but he was messing with Evans the whole game too, Scott. There's a little difference.
You don't think Evans should have even been ejected for what he did?
You know what? If he wouldn't have kind of cheap hit him.
Well, he did cheap hit him.
That's the problem. If he would have got right in front of him and said, hey, Morris, you want to throw? Let's get it on. You know what? No. Because Lattimore was asking for it.
This isn't hockey. They don't drop.
Maybe it should be Marcus. I meant to say thank you.
They don't drop gloves. This isn't hockey.
I was thinking of Claiborne back in the day.
And first of all, I don't. The football players that get in the fights that take their helmets off.
That's not too sharp.
That's not too smart.
Okay, so this was my biggest issue with Shiloh. What are you doing punching someone in the helmet?
Yeah,
that's my point.
Yeah. Like that for me, that shows kind of more questionable decision making than
that's why you got to
else.
give him a right upper hook and hit him in the throat.
Nice. I'm saying for all of you kids out there that are playing football nowadays, ignore everything Uncle Patrick's saying right now.
No, Uncle Patrick's saying defend yourself and knock off the BS.
No, you said that. Okay.
Yeah, that's defending yourself.
It comes down to the type of team you want to have. If we're going to generalize, Greg Schiano type team, they allow that. They maybe encourage it. Tony Dungy, probably not.
I'm not about cheap shotting, bro. But if you have it coming, you're getting it.
Not you. I'm saying that there are 32
He's picking
teams.
on me.
There's 32 teams in the NFL, and they're all coached differently. and everyone's
Yep.
going to have a different opinion on the right way to go about it and do it. And again, it's all about being able to trust your guys to leverage that sort of attitude when it helps and when it
Here's
means
here's what's going to happen, Josh, in my opinion. We love the flopping in basketball, don't we? No. We love the flopping in soccer. No, we don't. Okay, so I keep messing with Scott here at wide receiver, and I'm the outside linebacker, and I just keep messing with him. And then, I get in his face and he flops around. Oh, Patrick must have hit him, 15-yard penalty. Come on, really? That's what we want to see? No, I'd rather have Scott, get in my face and say, you keep it up, pal. We're going to throw hands.
So flip it. If you're the Bills coach, what do you do with the guy who was instigating?
Very good point. If the rules were my rules, he would be cut. Dude, you cost my team. You got thrown out of the game. You made us look
the Bills
bad.
Player didn't. I'm saying after the whistle, the guy who was instigating it, he didn't.
No, that's what I'm saying, Josh. If
Like,
the rules were my way.
No. If you are the coach
of the
Bills,
is
that what you would encourage your type of player to do? Is that smart? Is that game? Like,
you know what's funny about that? Yeah, it is. You know why? Because there's no penalty for it. There's no ramifications. That's the problem. Thank you, Josh.
In this,
right there,
the play was whistled done. Players had stopped.
Yeah.
The refs could have stepped in and done something as well. I mean, Shiloh will get a lot of criticism for this, but there was certainly an element of it.
And here's the other thing. Here we go again. If his name's Shiloh Jones, are we having this conversation today as much? No, we're not.
Oh my gosh, no. That's what I'm saying. The whole Shador stuff in Cleveland. Has anyone ever cared so much about a backup quarterback competition?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Truly. I mean, there's more talk about that than the Colts starting quarterback.
There's more talk about that than Cracker Barrel. So with that being said, we're going to take a time out here on AM 860 The Answer. When we come back, we'll take your calls at 813-282-8283. We'll be right back.
Happy Sunday from the Sports Zone with Patrick Highland. And we do hope that it's a happy day and that everything is going as well for you and your family as it possibly can. That today is a good day and that you have many, many more good days in front of you. But no matter how well any of us are doing on this good day, the unfortunate reality of life remains that all of us are likely to face bad days in the future, no matter how distant that future may seem right now. When it comes to matters of health, particularly as we and our loved ones get older, it's predictable that all of us are likely to face hard challenges the longer we live. And that is multiplied by the amount of people we are directly responsible for. You may not want to ask yourself this question, but what if something unexpected happened to you today or tomorrow? How would your family be impacted, particularly those who are relying on you? Is there a plan in place for the bad days that all of us will inevitably face? Just like the best time to prepare for the storm is before storm season arises, so too is it best to prepare for the toughest seasons of your life during these times, which are relatively good and free from the storms. If you don't feel confident that you're prepared for those bad days ahead, either for yourself or your family, give Patrick Highland a call right now. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. Patrick has insurance solutions and years of experience helping people plan for their financial future and guiding them through the storms of their lives. When it comes to matters of health, finances, and the challenges that go along with getting older, Patrick's experience can help you find the right answers. You can't ensure that bad days ahead won't happen, but you can insure yourself against the worst possible scenarios. So buy yourself some peace of mind while your skies are still peaceful and call Patrick Highland today. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. And if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service.
Welcome back to the Sports Zone. Let's get back to the discussion. In Hillsboro, 813-289-1860. Anywhere else, toll free 877-969-8600. And now your host, Patrick Highland.
All right, folks, thanks for hanging in there with us here on the Sports Zone on an interesting Sunday morning. We got a little sun shower, a little thunderstorm, and then the sun comes out. Welcome to Florida. Just wait a half an hour and it'll change, right, Scott?
Always, always.
It's
Always,
crazy,
we
isn't
only
it?
have 2 seasons, wet and dry here.
There you go,
So,
brother.
You know,
So not bad.
We had week 0 yesterday. What do you think about? That's what they call college football.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't, okay.
Yeah,
What do I think? It was
No,
kind of
no,
cool.
no.
Hawaii beating Stanford.
that
Iowa
was an
State was a good game.
amazing game. All that, but more so, what do you think about them doing these Dublin games? Like FSU played there last year
I
against
know.
Georgia Tech.
I think it's kind of cool. I mean, I don't mind the NFL going.
It was sloppy. It was. I mean, the weather played a lot to
And
do
that
with
could have been
that.
anywhere. That could have been in Tallahassee. That could have been in Iowa.
But not even just the weather. You don't think some of that had to do with young kids traveling, going over for the first time? They've all got to get their passports. It's a smaller stadium. You don't think any of that might have contributed to some of the, at least the first half?
Yeah, there was that first half doldrum. You're right about that, Josh. Good for the investors out there to play the under, knowing that
I was
probably going to
all over
be.
it, man. I'm all those situations for me when you've got so
Yep.
much just craziness going on surrounding it. First quarter under 10.5, first half under 24.5, just bang, 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 bang.
But what's so funny about that? Were you out doing anything, or did you watch the whole game, Josh? Out of curiosity,
I was watching it because the weather was so bad here too. Yeah.
When that kid scored the touchdown, and then they were like, "No, his forearm landed just a half an inch before." That if that happens, it would have been an over. Is that funny?
Are you saying for the quarter or for the half?
No, for the whole game.
For the game, yes.
Is that crazy?
Yeah.
And then the coach was smart just to knee it out. Then that brings up another thing, man. We've talked about this, guys. The clock, should it change in the last 2 minutes to where you can just knee out the game? I don't know. That's people have talked about that since Joe Theismann was doing Monday Night Football. You know, you're up 24-21. You make a 1st and 10. They have no timeouts, and I know we can say they should have kept them, but. And then that last 2 minutes, you can just knee it out because 40 seconds.
I don't know. What is your alternative?
There's the question of the day, Josh.
Well, teams shouldn't be allowed to run out the clock?
Well, knee it out. You know, what I'm saying is, do you make the last 2 minutes of the game, the play clock should be you have to get the play off in 25 seconds instead of 40 or 30. Okay, Josh, people said that's something that should be done.
I'm shocked. I've never heard that
Oh,
before,
really?
and I feel like I'm kind of plugged into these sorts of things.
Yeah. No, it's been talked. This ain't a Highlandism, not this one, because I don't know the answer.
Yeah, I'm surprised. The answer is no. Leave it as it is. You can't warp the game like that at the end because then it gives an advantage.
Would football be better if you made it the first to a certain amount of points wins the game?
Would it be better?
Would it change the complexion of it?
Yes, it'd be different. That's for sure.
What do you think if that were the case? First team to 28 wins.
It sounds like you're making change for the sake of change, and I think it's a beautiful product that we don't need to do that to.
Fair enough. Scotty, what do you think?
No.
Speaking of, though, this is what I was getting at with the London stuff.
Lemon.
I said London because I'm getting ahead of myself.
Okay.
There's been, you're talking about internet pundits and people saying things and signaling noise and rumors. We are going to have a Super Bowl, NFL, professional Super Bowl in London. That's going to happen.
I don't have a problem with that.
Really?
You thought I would? Yeah, no.
No, it's just you're so quick to not. And usually you're more about tradition. And this would clearly be a money grabbing, growing the game. I mean, the Super Bowl is as American as apple pie and whatever else you want to associate America with.
I have an absolute issue with that.
You do?
Yeah, absolutely.
I kind of like the fact.
Let me ask you.
Would you like? I'm sorry, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Let me ask you.
You go ahead first.
When do you expect the soccer league from over there to come play their championship game here?
If we start by putting our Super Bowl
crap.
Wow.
It will never happen
because of a money thing, but the demand isn't here. The demand they are
trying you would pack any and everything, and that you would sell 200,000.
So if we had Manchester United against, give me another soccer team, FC somebody.
No. Yeah, that's the thing. The Super Bowl is bigger than all those things.
Not to them over there, it's not.
When you say them over there, are you just referring to the general rest of the world? There's other places that care about it too.
Europe
My point is
never allow that championship to come here.
This is what is special about football, and where soccer and boxing and fighting and even tennis and golf here in America, we're an all or nothing type of country. The Super Bowl is exclusive. There's no other championship at all. Soccer has multiple cups. You could win the Champions League, But then there's the FIFA, there's the Euro Cup, there's the World Cup, we do have the World Cup, and there's the Olympics. Think about it.
You're right.
There are so many different. Now the Super Bowl is there's
like
nothing else that even comes close to it.
You're
Kind of
right.
like this for hockey.
No.
The Stanley Cup, and that is even one where it's a whole continent because Canada and Russia cares about it and all. It's
Until we have teams that are playing in other places around the world, that are home teams in other places around the world. No,
that's
Okay.
that'll happen. This is all going to happen.
that's
Now
great.
here that's
But
funny.
not-
So
until
if
it
we had the
does,
London
no.
Monarchs playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you'd have a different opinion, is what you're telling me. You might not like it, but you say, okay,
When I
Patrick.
see the investments being made over there, when they start putting teams over there, when they start,
Yeah.
then I'll say
It's not them investing; it's the NFL
I-
investing.
that's
Okay,
what I'm
just-
talking about.
just say
oh,
that.
when
but
I-
I thought you were saying that like London needs to do something. They're
No,
just like,
no,
they
no,
don't-
no. But when no.
I like your point, though, Scott, and I was being tongue-in-cheek saying, oh, yeah, they'll bring it over here. You're right.
What
Because
are
I'm
they
a
going
big
to do? Play at 3 a.m?
Right. And here's the other thing, Scott. Your point is well taken. Don't ask me to do something that you're not willing to do. That's what I'm tired of. And it needs to be addressed. It needs to be talked about, period.
If it makes money, everyone's willing to.
Oh,
The
there
Super Bowl
we
makes
go.
money no matter where
Yeah,
it is.
so, yeah, no, I'm just tired of the double standard, Josh. Aren't you tired of the double standard,
I don't
Josh?
agree that how you're framing this. Wait. So they already make enough money? We should put a cap on earnings and how much
No,
people
I'm
can
not
make?
It's not
saying
like
that.
they're going to lose by keeping it
No
here.
one
going to
said
let
they're
it.
going to lose. That's never been the
No.
argument about anything, and that is not how this country works. It is always about number go up, make more. If they think this would grow the game and bring in more money, the same way that we all know it's going to be a pay-per-view soon.
Are you
enough.
going to say that, Josh, is on everything we do in this country?
Guys, you're
Don't-
missing the hardest.
Everything? No, but a multi-billion-dollar corporation where their goal
Do
is
corporations do everything on money, or do they do some things on DEI and branding and names? We're joking around about Cracker Barrel. Let's talk about that. Bud Light. Okay, they don't always do it for the money purposes. They do it for.
Sir.
Go ahead. You're good. You're not going to give me any
I
credit
am-
for what I'm saying.
Brother,
Okay. All right, go ahead.
take a breath.
No, you got me fired up, young man.
Do
You
we-
little
I'm
leprechaun.
always going to be able to go back. I'm
Go
always going to be able to go back to sports. Okay.
ahead. Okay.
Do you believe that all coaches are trying to do their best job to win the game?
Unless they're tanking for Tua.
Oh my goodness.
I was
gracious.
a joke. Yes, Josh. I
Okay.
agree with you. Go ahead.
But do they sometimes make bad decisions?
Bad or stupid?
Call it whatever you want.
Stupid's different than
if
bad.
their goal is to win the game, do sometimes they make a decision that does not help them win the game?
Is the goal maybe to look good?
You sound like Scotty Tulane lawyer Levinson over here.
Yes, I do.
We cannot assume for rational coaching. Coaches make mistakes the same way that a business owner will make mistakes. They did not.
There's a difference, Joshua,
All right.
and I'll tell you why. We just talked about the 2
I
minutes.
want to hear this too.
Okay, 2-minute warning. Okay, I got 2 minutes to make a decision. I might make a mistake. I got a whole week to decide if I'm going to change my brand. Maybe I better do some more research. A little tougher on a head coach than the CEO of a corporation. Will you give me that one, young man?
You clearly have this.
He won't give it to me. Tulane lawyer.
Oh
Go-
my goodness. You are really triggered.
Triggered. I don't like that.
I haven't heard that.
I said that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Guys, it's very simple.
What do you mean, guys?
Yesterday,
I'm being
did
quiet.
you watch the Iowa State-Kansas State game in Dublin?
I did enjoy that.
Can Avery Johnson throw a pass? No. Is he better at running the ball? Yes. I'd say it's malpractice if he's not running the ball at least 20 times every single game.
Well, no, you can't do that either because then I'll put 8 men on the box. I'm surprised they didn't do a better job defending. That's
So
funny
look at
analogy.
us. Look at us. We have different ideas on how to win a game. Don't you think that maybe these businesses might as well too? Pepsi, when they rebranded back however many decades ago, everyone thought, oh my God.
But you don't have time, Josh, in a 3-hour game versus a corporation. Come on now. You admit you're comparing apples to freaking broccoli. Come on, kid.
They're both food.
That, you know what? I'm very disappointed you didn't make him go to law school because that was beautiful.
He's right. He's got a point.
Oh, man. We're going to take another quick time out here on AM 860 The Answer. We're having some fun. When we come back, Josh, on a serious note, even though we've been serious, difference of opinion, young and old. It's a beautiful thing. I do want to get into fantasy. A lot of people are drafting tonight and this week. Let's do a little fantasy segment to help out our listeners. We'll be right back here on AM 860 The Answer.
Happy Sunday from the Sports Zone with Patrick Highland. And we do hope that it's a happy day and that everything is going as well for you and your family as it possibly can. that today is a good day and that you have many, many more good days in front of you. But no matter how well any of us are doing on this good day, the unfortunate reality of life remains that all of us are likely to face bad days in the future, no matter how distant that future may seem right now. When it comes to matters of health, particularly as we and our loved ones get older, it's predictable that all of us are likely to face hard challenges the longer we live, and that is multiplied by the amount of people we are directly responsible for. You may not want to ask yourself this question, but what if something unexpected happened to you today or tomorrow? How would your family be impacted, particularly those who are relying on you? Is there a plan in place for the bad days that all of us will inevitably face? Just like the best time to prepare for the storm is before storm season arises, so too is it best to prepare for the toughest seasons of your life during these times, which are relatively good and free from the storms. If you don't feel confident that you're prepared for those bad days ahead, either for yourself or your family, give Patrick Highland a call right now. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. Patrick has insurance solutions and years of experience helping people plan for their financial future and guiding them through the storms of their lives. When it comes to matters of health, finances, and the challenges that go along with getting older, Patrick's experience can help you find the right answers. You can't ensure that bad days ahead won't happen, but you can insure yourself against the worst possible scenarios. So buy yourself some peace of mind while your skies are still peaceful and call Patrick Highland today. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. And if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service.
Welcome back to the Sports Zone. Let's get back to the discussion. In Hillsboro, 813-289-1860. Anywhere else, toll free 877-969-8600. And now your host, Patrick Highland.
Hey, folks, thanks for hanging in there with us. We appreciate you. We got about 10 minutes left. Before Josh and I get started on our fantasy talk, Scott Levinson has a couple of announcements. Go ahead, Scott.
I want to give a shout out, and people may or may not know around here, and it's been around for years. I used to go with my dad when I was young. They're also celebrating their 50th, and is the NFL alumni chapter here. And I'd like to give a shout out to their president, Walt Carter, who I've known for many, probably going back 30, 40 years. Mark Urbanski, Jeff George, and they have just broke ground. The Tampa Housing Authority, the NFL alumni, the city of Tampa, and the related group have teamed up, and they are building. You know, when you see the NFL obstacle courses at the Super Bowls,
yeah.
and well, they are building a permanent one over in West Tampa with the Housing Authority for the kids, like they do skate parks and things like that.
That's cool.
And what they're doing is they are now doing putting in a permanent obstacle course. And next week, we're going to have the guys from the NFL alumni here, and they'll explain more and get into depth and tell us some of their old NFL stories, which are absolutely hilarious. But I want to just give you a heads up so you can reserve the date on September 19th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Ava Tampa. It's celebrating 50 years. It's a 70s throwback party. The NFL alumni is throwing it to help out with this project. Mark Urbanski always does a great job with tailgate parties and the parties. And it's the NFL alumni Tampa and Urbanski tailgate presenting this. And I just want to give a shout out and a little tease for next week, having some of the old NFL guys here, and hopefully we'll be pushing this. But I just want everyone to put that September date on their calendar, and I think it's a wonderful thing. And a lot of people don't know the NFL alumni does a lot of projects like this, not only around the country, but here in the Tampa Bay area.
Well, a lot of NFL players, Scott, realize how their upbringing was, Boys and Girls Club, coaches that helped them out when they were, really hurting and needing some guidance. So a lot of people don't forget, and they give back, and it's a beautiful thing. You know, we got a lot of players, Scott, that you brought up through the Tampa Bay Youth Football League that appreciate that they made it to the NFL, and they appreciate by giving back, and that's what it's all about. All right, a little fantasy talk here, Joshua. Do you think you go with the hero running back, or you go with the no running back? What's your thoughts this year? You know, it's changed the last couple of years. Wide receivers were the way to go. And then last year it was like, ooh, we got some more running backs being bell cows than before. That's the thing about fantasy, right, Josh? It's ever changing. Every year it changes. So give the audience your feedback. Go ahead.
I mean, the most important thing, you have to know the breakdown of your league. You got to know how many roster spots you have. You have to know if you're a full PPR half. Some leagues are tight end premium now. So tight ends get more because, the tight end position has been kind of weak. So you'll get an even little bit more of a boost per catch and things like that. So definitely need to know, like I play in a big money league where wide receivers are more valuable because we can start 3 wide receivers. We have 3 starting wide receivers and 2 flex. So you can start 5 wide receivers compared to only 4 running backs, which obviously boosted a little bit. So you need to know your league and it's not a one size fits all. But for this year, I do think the hero running back is more of the best strategy. You want to get your Gibbs, Bijan, Saquon, CMC, Gene T, one of those guys ideally, and then load up on a bunch of wide receivers.
When you said CMC, were you saying CMC? Because I'm having a little
Christian McCaffrey.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's who you meant with that. Okay, you broke up a
Is
hair.
Bucky a top 10 pick at running back?
He's a top
10 running backs,
yeah.
but not top 10 in the first round.
No, then is he a first round pick?
No,
second
sir.
round.
Yeah, he'll be the 10th running back taken off the board.
Do you see a tremendous difference in a pick of him or White?
Oh yes, very much
big
so.
time.
Yeah,
big time.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, so there's some people, they want the more tried and true veteran back.
Sure.
They're going to feel more comfortable with a Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor than they are a Bucky Irving or a Genti or Marion Hampton, some of these other guys because they're young, or even Chase Brown, who's fantastic for fantasy because he does everything, but he's not a known commodity.
Well, that's a very interesting point you brought up. We were talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. If you had Burrow, Chase, and Brown last year, you could have competed. Not many times you can have 3 guys on the same team and be a competitive team.
Baker, Mike, Bucky.
Yeah.
And I think there's something to be said because a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to double down. If you have confidence that an offense is going to be better than public perception, take them. There's value there.
Josh,
I think the Cowboys.
We had $3 on our fantasy team in that league last year.
Right.
Yeah, the kicker, that's okay. I don't care who.
But we had Godwin and
Bucky.
I have a question, non-fantasy, but the Bills yesterday, they had a tight end boot a punt over 60 yards. And teams always carry both a kicker and a punter on the roster, and there's only so many roster spots, and everyone says how valuable they are. It seems to me like you could teach one kicking person how to do all of the kicking jobs.
They did in the old days. They not only that, but if you look at the old Raiders and a few NFL
Great
teams
guy.
back there, no. He did. No, I'm talking George Blanda.
Oh, sure.
He played quarterback, punted, and kicked the field
I get why
goals.
you don't want to have your starting quarterback do all that now, but if you have, there's got to be a backup tight end or some sort of similar athletic position that could be your backup punter. And then you have your backup quarterback be the holder.
Right.
And then he could also have the backup quarterback be the backup punter. Then you always have the threat of a fake.
We had, I don't remember.
I just know why waste the spot?
Didn't the Bucks have a lineman that was like the emergency?
Yes.
Was it Donald Penn? I don't remember. I just remember an offensive lineman kicking a
Bob
extra
Trump,
point.
Josh didn't realize that because I was talking about the Bengals, and one of the first famous tight ends for the Bengals was Bob Trumpy, and a great sportscaster for the NFL. He was the tight end and the punter. It's funny you brought that up.
Yes, it would save. You would think it would save a roster spot.
Danny White was the
Absolutely.
quarterback
and the punter for the Cowboys.
And before we get off the show today, the Cowboys, there's going to be some value there, I think, Josh, but we're going to see how they do this year. Are they going to be good for fantasy and maybe not for real NFL? Or NFL and not fantasy? It's going to be interesting.
Dallas.
I
think Dak and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are going to absolutely light it up because they don't have
Pickens can be Godwin this year?
They're going to be really good because they don't have a running game. So breaking news here as we wind down the show, Shiloh was waived or will be waived.
There you go.
So that answers that.
There you go.
Well, does somebody pick him up, or are they just going to waive him and put him on the practice squad after the fact?
He's going to be waived, and then if nobody else picks him up, then we can do what we want.
Do you think he'll be on the Bucs, or somebody else picks him up?
I think someone else picks him up.
I don't know how good his tape was in the preseason, to be honest with you, but I don't know. I don't know.
Well, folks, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun talking with you. I hope you all enjoyed it. We'll catch you next Sunday at the same time from 11 to 12, and we'll be talking about college football at that point in time. So it should be great. God bless you, Tampa Bay.
Peace, Tampa Bay. Much peace, love, and respect.
Okay, on today's show, we're talking about vitamin D.